GDP of this country is approximately $1.5 trillion. And the Labor Party has, to ease the cost of living pressures, has saved some small businesses 20 million. Is that
20 to 30?
Thanks.
Great. All right, I think we should pivot a little bit here because we are running low on time. Do we have any other subjects you'd like to get
while you're talking about government, apart from apparently losing about 500 what they call nuisance tariffs on imported goods.
Okay.
To help with the cost of living, so to speak, right? Things like toothbrushes, washing machines, fridges fall under all of these unilateral tariff reforms that the government is boasting the last 2 decades. And starting from July 1, they're going to scrap it across a range of imported goods. I mentioned the toothbrushes, fridges, dishwashers, pajamas, toasters, ballpoint pens, and menstrual and sanitary products. So they reckon that will streamline it. About $8.5 billion worth of annual trade. I always find it funny how the government tries to get points on those kind of items.
But why are they listing all of that?
Yeah.
And also, if we can create, look, not that I'm an expert on women, as we get,
that's a whole other show.
but are we importing that? Are we? I mean,
we used to make our washing machines here.
No. I'm talking about sanitary.
Yeah, of course.
Well, we make our own toilet paper here. I mean, surely that the process couldn't be that much more complicated. We can't make it here.
No, of course we can. Okay, but basically, to make an extra, quarter of a cent on every 1,000, they outsource it to China.
Yeah, but why are we making toilet paper here? We should be outsourcing that as well.
Well, that'll be next week.
Yeah, probably.
That's pretty much how things are going.
I will say on sanitary items, which is a different argument, but I think that they should remove the GST on it, remove all sales taxes on it. Why any government in their right mind thinks it's a good idea to tax something that only one gender or 99 gender. I take it back. Don't cancel me. But only those that are biologically female at birth and before birth are going to require. It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, a point that I just saw on the screen a moment ago came through a Facebook user. Unfortunately, sorry, I can't see your name. But at the moment, the government seem to be over governing us, right? And I think that there we go. Thank you, Damo. Thank you, Damo. I think that's a big issue. I really do, and I think that on all of these levels, that's what we're having.
They are over governing us, but in some of the places where we want them to be more involved, they're not. But just to come back to what I was going to say about this, like, what are we in bloody cuckoo land? Hang on. The Labor Party, Albanese, is removing tariffs. He doesn't just have one tax he doesn't like. There's 500 different taxes that the Federal Labor Party is getting rid of. I'm calling bullshit. There is something else going on.
Of course,
forgive my skepticism.
But they're moving those things around. And I'll tell you, I'm obviously a car guy, very passionate about my cars. I look at the price of cars. Gee, cars didn't drop. We didn't lower the import taxes and tariffs and all that sort of thing on the cars all those tariffs were there to protect our local industry, an industry that was destroyed. Okay.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, right? These tariffs are probably so minuscule that the effect that they're going to have would be, how does it say how much it's going to save Australians?
$1.5 billion in revenue.
Okay. And look,
how much does that equate to everybody's
on GDP?
No, on everyone's pocket. How much per capita?
Let me get back to you.
So here's the thing, right? 1.5 billion.
Hang on. According to 2020 Productivity Commission report, the administration costs of collecting tariffs cost businesses between 11 million to 20 million per year. So it's not even the billions.
Okay.
Tariffs are applied to a small number of imports, with nearby 90% of importers entering Australia duty free.
Look, so we have an economy. The GDP of this country is approximately $1.5 trillion. And the Labor Party has, to ease the cost of living pressures, has saved some small businesses 20 million. Is that
20 to 30?
Thanks, Labor Party.
Do you know what? Wow. Do you know what the money's for? The money's to pay for his wedding. But never mind, right?
When's the election?
Look.
You know what? I do have to give it to him, though, actually.
Really?
I'll give it to him on that, right? Grover Cleveland, my age, married a 21-year-old. had his honeymoon at the White House. I mean, good on you, mate. Well done. So Albo sit there going, look, what are we going to do for our wedding? I'll tell you what, wait till I become the Prime Minister. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a unique experience.
For the sake of the country, God, I wish he was still engaged with him forever, because no, he has been the weakest, most pathetic. He has surpassed who I personally thought was the poorest Prime Minister we've ever had, and that's Gillard. Gillard was just the social policies of Gillard. That woman is a war criminal, right? And the damage she did, and the stabbing in the back, and just the
what damage did she do?
oh,
Well, the NDIS, I know the NDIS is abused now, but when she first put it out, that was reasonable, no?
no, because it's been a scam the whole time. The last word, it's not scheme, it's scam when it comes to
Okay.
NDIS, right?
And having a carbon tax?
Pardon? Carbon tax, gee, that went well.
It wouldn't have been a fantastic idea.
Oh, perhaps. Okay. I've got nowhere to go on that. Nowhere.
You don't want to tax the
Nowhere.
air that you breathe?
Oh, look. Jeez. I pay enough for it. All right. Guys, we're going to have to end the show. So, look, I thank you very, very much for everything. And as I've always said, mate, this is your show. So if you'd like to close with anything, if there's some subjects you'd like, if you'd like to get a word in edgewise, that'd be great. No worries.
Look, it's been fun, and that's the thing. Learning should be fun.
It should be.
Finance should be fun. Business should be fun. Investing should be fun. Have fun. Have fun learning, and and enjoy the experience rather than feel like, where do I start? And overburdened with all this information. You know,
you actually coined a phrase which I really enjoy about money. And what do you call it?
wasn't my coining. A guy called Wes Hone when I did his business course on marketing. But yeah, money is happy tickets.
Happy tickets.
Yeah.
I like that.
I want to address something that one of our viewers, I think it was David, but I'm not sure, said on the screen there that tariffs were originally brought in to make imports more expensive in order to help domestic
Local,
manufacturers. It's a good in theory. The problem is that the countries that we import from, that we export to, are then going to put another tariff on it. It just doesn't do anything. Tariffs just haven't been an effective way of doing that. I was actually quite surprised that we still had 500 of them. But yeah, I said a few weeks ago, or a few months ago, whatever it was when I was here, get out of the system, have some things, some investments and things outside, that sort of stuff. That's what I say. Not everybody can just up and move to another country, but look for other places to locate a business, holding companies, all that sort of stuff, and just spread yourself out a little bit and try not to get too stressed out about things. Because look, although we feel like we're over-governed, there's many times back in history that it was a lot worse. World War II, rationing, conscription, all the stuff that Albo wants to bring back, right? So
I don't know. I think 2020 and 2021 were pretty bloody close.
Oh, I don't know. Would you rather live through that, or would you go back and you watch videos of them teaching the kids to go under the school tables because a nuclear bomb could go off?
Yeah.
You know, we've had some pretty.
Look,
bad
even
times.
not even that far in the past. In the 80s, they were still showing videos about how to prepare for a nuclear war. It was a big thing. Like I remember it well.
Hide under your school desk may not have been such a good idea, but you know we've had all sorts of different things that have
duck for cover, Johnny.
That have challenged us as human beings over the period of time. So, you know, I know that depression rates are up and people are struggling, and it's very hard to look back. Oh, they had it worse, so things are good now. I know people are struggling, but yeah, try not to get too overwhelmed.
Yeah,
have a whinge about government, like I always do. But don't let it consume you. Just focus on yourself, focus on your family, get yourself ahead. You know, try and build a better future for your children. Things will fall into place.
Don't buy into the fear.
Don't buy into the fear. Put a smile on your face. You know, when none of us are getting out of here alive, so we may as well enjoy our ride while we're here, right? Thank you very much online there, Travis. You've disappeared again. I know you're there behind the screen, but I appreciate your input and your tech support today. Really fantastic. Thank you to everybody who's been watching online and put their comments forward. Really appreciate it. You are the reason we do that. So please get out there, share. You know what? Copy the links, put it on your Facebook, put it on your Instagram, put it wherever you like, you know, within reason. And have a wonderful week. We'll catch you next week for The Greater Wealth here on Edge Radio Australia.